All right, so now that we know that this thing runs, we're going to go ahead and take it back apart. Because we're going to take the carburetor off. Two bolts out. All right. We're just going to pull off the bottom bolt, 1/2 inch. A little bit of debris in there. Not the worst I've seen. So I'm just going to turn on my air compressor. We're going to blow all this out. Try and clean it up as best we can. So I just blew off everything back together. The important thing with these carburetors are these bolts. You just want to make sure that that hole going all the way through is nice and clear. This one's clear too. You guys can't really see it too well, but I can see the light reflecting off of the inside here. I had to hold it just right, so it's good. Alright, let's stick it back on the machine and see if we can get anything to happen. Everything just really goes back on, opposite it came off. You just want to make sure that this O-ring is on that intake tube as well. But just pull it back, and we're just going to loop the linkage on through, just like so. Grab both our bolts. The fuel line, shove that back on. Perfect. Pull this off so the bowl can fill up. This gas tank is full, and I did check it before we started messing with everything. The gas smells fresh, so I'm not even worried about that. Make sure you get that little nub right there, right where it's supposed to go. So it's supposed to turn just like that. There we go. Let's throw this one back on. And we are missing one of these bolts. So I know somebody's been into this machine before. But we're just gonna stick these two in. And I have one more. New filter. Engine cover. All this stuff back off. I'm just looking over this to see if there's anything else I have to buy. I have a used Briggs Quantum flywheel brake assembly here, and I'm just comparing it. Everything looks the same. They didn't change anything here. The only thing I've done here is I've undone this from this bracket, so now it's going back all the way. The weird thing about this is this has a end on it here that looks like it's permanent, and I'm not really too sure what's going on here, because it looks like the owner of this machine tried to fix this thing themselves, I guess, or they didn't hook up something right. I'm not really too sure what they tried to do. Obviously this one goes to the bag release, and then this one, oh, I think I know what they did. Yeah, they tried to fix it themselves. So they had this piece break off. They stuck the loop around from this one, which this goes to the blade brake, and then they swedged this on themselves. I have never seen that been done before on any mower I've picked up in the past 15 years. I've seen a lot of other things that people have tried to do to jury rig these control cables, but I've never seen that. So I guess there's a first time for everything. But I've already ordered a new one of these, 20 bucks off of Amazon. You guys will see that in the next video. I ordered the blade cable, I ordered the bag door, and then I ordered the aforementioned outer bag to replace that one. After all that's good, this should be fine. So what this means here is I don't have to screw around with any more of this. What I'm gonna do though is hit that thing up with a zip tie, start the machine, see if it runs fine. Still it should. And then I'm just gonna cut it off with a pair of snips and you know, make sure that that thing grounds out correctly, because this is just incorrect. Like, I don't know what they've got going on here, but like, why not just buy the new damn cable? They're cheap as hell on Amazon. Anyways, all right, so I got it outside. That thing is disabled. Let's see what happens. Cool. You know, that's good. So just got to get the right parts now, and hopefully everything comes in a reasonable amount of time so I can get you guys part 2. Stay tuned for that.